Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. How is everybody doing today? Shout out to Mr. Bud Brown. Congratulations, you made it to the United States of America. And he says that they have food on the shelves at Walmart. I'm actually shocked because everybody's telling me the food is empty. Everywhere they go, it's empty. There's no food on the shelves, but he told me that there is food on the shelves in Walmarts. He said they're fully stocked. Huh. Okay. So today's story is Miss Evelyn. She's a Filipina living in the States for 2 years. She's working nurse. But this is her story. You're going to find this quite interesting. As you know, 6,000 people a day are getting out of here to find jobs. Already have jobs. 6,000 Filipino fly out every day here because OFWs, just life in general. Now that was statistics as of January of 2023. Okay, I am Evelyn. I live in the States. I live in Nevada for 2 years. I am an RN. And I wanted Mr. Tom to tell my story. So, many vloggers say it's bad here. I work in Las Vegas as an RN nurse. And from others, I hear that they say it is horrible here in the States. And I'm here to tell you it is not. Other than the politics, it is wonderful and great and fantastic, she says. It's quite fine coming from a culture that has so many calamities, many problems, martial law. She said she went through 7 martial laws here. Actually, I went through 2 myself. No food, no electric, no water. Finding your way to go in the Philippines is very hard. Going to school, making and finding food, and survival. I lived in Bohol. We often had no food, no water, many problems. When I had an opportunity to go to school, I wanted to become a nurse because of opportunity and go to the United States of America. And a hospital did hire her to go to work. They sent her all expenses paid. I can say that any Filipino and Filipina that want to come to the States, they can make a lot of money. The difference is you make the money, and people say you make so much money, but the expenses are higher in the States. Don't let the Americans tell you it's too high, because if you're Filipino, you know how to live and eat. I eat rice, I eat my food, I'm very happy, I can eat steak and I do whatever I want, and I still have a lot of money left over. Maybe women are not really orientated, but really a better life in the States is possible. If I went back to my area in Bohol, I would make $500 a month compared to $85,000 as a nurse in my hospital. I work 3 12-hour shifts on and 3 days off. So basically she works 36 hours and then she's got 3 days off. And then on the second trip she gets 2 additional days. So for example, she works 3 on, 12-hour shifts, 36 hours, and she gets 3 days off that first week. Second day, she works 3 on and 3 off, but they give her 2 extra days, so she has 5 days off. Then they start the first 3 days on and then 3 days off. I have so much to be thankful for. You Americans have so much to be thankful for. No shortage of food. You can go and come anywhere you want to go when you want to do it. You have hospital care. You have food. You can get food. And even the ones that are homeless can find their way out of homelessness. I can vouch for being homeless because I was homeless myself. Many Americans seem to say they can't do something, but there's many opportunities they can find a way if they really want to find a way. I think Americans, what it is, they're so used to having it their way, and when they don't go their way, they start complaining and then they quit working. Me as a Filipina, I know how to survive and I know how to work. If I lost this job today, I would find another one tomorrow doing something. I could make good money even if it's just $100 a day would be good enough for me. compared to in the Philippines, where I make little or nothing as an RN nurse. There's so many opportunities here in the States. I said earlier that granted that the income is, you make, let's see, misspelled these words there. You make higher income, but it costs so much more to live. But honestly, if you live like Filipino and you know how to live, you save a lot of money. You don't have to have these extravagant things, the purses, the Coach bags, all the other things. If you live modestly, you can live fine here and live far free better than you can. My idea is to eventually retire in the Philippines, but I will never leave the United States. The United States is my home, and it always will be. I will live in the Philippines 1 to 2 years, maybe tops, and then back to the States forever. Let's see. I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you, Mr. Tom, for putting this online. So there you go. I also have another one here from a gentleman, and his story is a little different. I've been in the Philippines for 3 years. I presently have been back in the States for 1 year. So for the last 4 years, 3 years he's here, he's been back in the States. And I moved back for a couple of reasons. One was the schools in the Philippines for the students in schools, and I can vouch for that, teaching, non-teaching. The other one was, we live here fine, but the other one was school in the Philippines. The other one was the health insurance and things like that. Great living, but the hospitals and the health care is a little bit non-existent, and it's not good as far as the health care is concerned. We looked at Cambodia. We looked at Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, but found that they're great places to visit. Thailand was his choice to live, but his wife did not like it there. I do have insurance. One of my reasons, main reasons why I left there is because I try to use my TRICARE and I have to pay the bill up front. And I paid the bill up front, and then they sent me money back, and they sent me half. And I realized that I had to eventually get out of the Philippines and go back to the States where I can actually, it's covered and I don't have to worry about paying the bills. I actually learned how to live. The Philippines have actually taught me how to live cheaply. I actually have a lot more money than I thought I ever would. And I learned how to live cheaply by living in the Philippines, and it taught me a lot about living. I say that USA is great, and he said the same thing here. Walmart is not empty on food. That's what he said. Walmart is full. Everybody's telling me Walmart is empty. Food is we're in crisis. The world's coming to an end there. We got to get out. Everybody's filing out there as fast as they could go. And that's what I'm getting on my emails, and people are, my subs, some of my guys are telling me, get out of there, get out. Don't come back to the States. It's horrible. It's horrible. But he said, don't listen to those guys, because there is food on the shelves, and there's plenty of food, and there is gas, and gas is cheaper. He pays $3 a gallon for gas. And he says, I am so happy that I'm back in the States. And I do have to tell you, my electric in the Philippines is $200. I'm paying $100 here in the States. But I do have to say that my insurance ate that up. Car insurance ate that up, so $200 insurance. But other than that, he says the States, internet is good. It's like anything else. Which is I'm living in an apartment. Him and his wife are living in an apartment. And so his apartment is $575, and he finds that it's quite comfortable. He's living on a bottom floor. It's like he says a condo apartment. My wife is my wife will go back, and I will go back there and stay 3-4 months at a time, and then just be snowbirds, and then come back to the States. I presently enjoy the States more so than I ever did, and I see the beauty in the States more so I never saw the beauty before. Now that is something that some of the guys are actually telling me, and it's nice to hear that. And I'm happy that that is something that you don't realize, that once you leave something that maybe it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. So anyway, I want to tell those two stories, Evelyn. And I think that we sometimes don't realize that. Bud even said it in his last video he just did, that it's a culture shock going from point A to point B after being here for 12, 13 years that he was here. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. I gotta see if I'm hesitant here. I think Omar's outside the gate. I don't hear him, see him. Oh wait, here I am now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.